Good to see you.
It's good to see you. You look great.
Thank you. Thank you. No, I had a hard time, but a good time. I have much more power now, and I feel so great. I feel so great. Yeah. So there is a changing, and my feet feel better, and my leg feels better, and I don't have so much pain anymore. So it's much better, really. So it's fantastic. Yeah. But I had my period when I don't no more normally have it, and I lost a lot of blood. So it was a strong time, and then I was lying in bed for just one day because I was so tired. I was just sleeping about 24 hours, I think. I don't know. I was feeling like sick, but the next day it was all right again, everything. And I have so much acne on my back. So this hurts really, and this is still there. So this, yeah. Okay. I also had some acne in my face. This is better now. And I still have a herpes virus on my lips, and this hurts also very much.
Wait, say that last one.
Sorry?
That last one?
Herpes virus on my lips.
On the lip, okay. Yeah, so this is interesting because a lot of skin stuff. So the skin is our largest organ for detoxification. And one of the really important things to remember is the physical can clear and transmute a lot of the energy. But when we suppress that, like a lot of people put steroids, or they just put antibiotics, or they suppress that detoxification through the skin, and then it has to go deeper, and then we get emotional and mental disruption. We get a disruption on a much deeper level. So it's a really, really, really good sign. Even though it will look like it's getting worse on the outside, it's the depth of all this whatever toxic stuff you held clearing out through the system, and then it can clear out through the physical, which is a really fascinating concept, because in the current medical model, if there are symptoms, it means you're getting worse. Or if, you know, you see things and you see symptoms worsening, intensifying, it means you're getting worse. But this is actually the body getting better, the system healing, and it can look like it's getting worse, but it's actually getting better. So we want to support that. If you do things to, like, even like bentonite clay will draw out the impurities in the body. You can put it on the underarms. You can put it over the.
Sorry, no, I didn't get it. What would you do? What?
Bentonite. I'll write it in your write-up. Bentonite, BENTONITE. It's a clay, and it's a powder you get, like probably any natural grocer, like Whole Foods. You get it, and then if you mix it with a little bit of apple cider vinegar and a little bit of water, I'll give you the recipe.
Oh yeah, great.
And you make a paste, and then you can put that right over. You could do like a facial mask, but you can do under the arms to pull out to detoxify, and put it over that area where the acne is. It will help.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'll try again.
Okay, cool.
Right.
And then so the lip, this is also stuff working itself out. The herpes virus will live in the nervous system, and then it comes out, and it can help detoxify that herpes virus out of the body as well. Doesn't feel like there's anything needed there. It feels like when your immune system recalibrates, it will keep that all in check. And then the bleeding, where you've lost a lot of blood, there are things you can do to replenish the blood, like a blood builder supplement. And obviously like iron, because iron is one of the components in the blood cells, and then you're losing all that iron, and you want to eat that in your diet or put that in a supplement for at least a short time.
Okay.
To replenish what you lost. Beets are very good as well for blood builder. Like if you like to eat beets.
Beets, I don't know what is beets.
It's a root vegetable. That's like a round root.
Ah, yes, I know what it is. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yeah. The red one.
Yeah. It'd be good. That'd be a good thing. You'll get there quickly. That's an interesting thing that you've got your period again. That's a really good sign.
Yeah, it was
just
kind
of vitality. Okay, good.
Yeah, well, with my hips, I feel more at ease. So it feels, yeah, more harmony, I think.
Yeah, that's so big. That's so big, because that was one of the areas in your life that was reflecting a lot of the powerlessness. And it was creating a lot of overwhelm and a lot of stress and keeping you in that pattern. And you've done so much to cultivate your power to let that shift. So you'll relate with challenges that come up there. You'll relate with them from a very different vantage point.
No, it's much better now. But what I feel at the moment is I feel so at the mercy of the government, so at the mercy of the teachers, because they're driving crazy. It is crazy. And I have no power when I think at all these things. I just have to, okay, we do it like you say, okay, even if it's not right, I have to do it like this. And so.
Okay, so this is really important time to remember the power of your presence. And what does that mean? When you show up in the space to witness the crazy, okay, so you'll be at a vantage point of clarity that, like, this is stupid. This makes no logical sense. This is not going to create prosperity. This is not going to create what we want. But they're not. They're like, yeah, this is a good idea. Okay. So when we hold this vantage point, we can either go back into powerlessness, where we're like, I got to fight. I got to show them this is wrong. I got to show them what I see. Which,
I know that I can't show them, so I know.
Yeah. So, and we'll always lose power when we do it like that. Or we go deeper into our own connection, our own system, and remember that just holding the space of what we see, but with compassion, will actually allow it to become obvious to others, even without words, even without, I'm not going to say without action, because even breathing, you're in action, even without force. Okay. Even without taking up the activism stand and doing this thing, even without words, your presence has infinite power. And so when you witness what you witness, and of course, you witness your pain, witness your fear, witness the powerlessness, all of it that's coming up in your system, but witness the space of what you know. Wow, this is true for me. And with compassion, I'm going to witness where it doesn't seem true for them. They're not seeing it. So if I witness it from compassion, I'm activating the power of my presence. And since I'm at a higher frequency, I'm activating something very, very powerful. It does have the power to bring others into their own awakening.
I don't know if I can do this. I feel so angry. I can't have compassion.
Yeah. Yes, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. So here I am witnessing, and I stay present to my anger. I witness my anger. I witness my powerless. I breathe in, I breathe out. That's the same thing. My presence is here. It's here in this moment where there's anger coming up for me. Okay. It doesn't have to be, oh, I feel so much love and compassion.
Yeah, I can't do it like that. Yeah.
It's not the airy, fairy, light, fluffy thing. It's the real, what's here now. Wow, I feel so overwhelmed and powerless. Yes, breathe in and breathe out. That is the same thing. You're bringing presence to this moment. That activates the presence just as much.
So I don't want to change my feelings, just to acknowledge that they're here.
Yes, yes, yes. It will activate the presence just as much. It will activate your power just as much. And so, 10 seconds or 10 days later, oh, I witnessed, I'm pissed. What the hell are they thinking? And then 10 seconds later, 10 days later, oh, wow, I just feel really sad that people are like, that's really where they live. And I know the truth and I feel sad. Okay, you transmute that. I'm present to the sadness. 10 seconds later, 10 days later, wow, I'm beginning to see it's inevitable that we all come into our awakening in our divine timing. And then we begin to access compassion. It can take all the time we need. And the reason we can do that is because when I hold my presence to my fear, to my shame, to my powerless, I'm accessing my power. So my body is vibrant, my life is abundant, my resources are here. I'm good. It's okay. It can take, maybe it takes another 10 days, maybe it takes another 10 weeks. Okay, there's a little bit more okayness to let it be as it is, how it is right now. So even more presence. Then I come into unconditional presence. I am willing to be in the space of where I am as long as I'm here. I feel unconditional compassion for myself and everything this has brought up for me and for these others who are a reflection of that as well. Now it's less conditional. And there's like infinite power in that moment. And that's the power that awakens the world.
So no judging for these feelings.
You have to start with where you are, how you are, as you are, because they are you. They're in fear. They're fighting. Let's do this. Let's lock everyone down. If we could just control everyone, if you would all just follow what we say, that's the consciousness they're in. Is there a 2% of that in you? Yeah. Wow. I've known fear as well. Wow. I've known what it feels like to be powerless. Now, granted, you're making a different choice with powerlessness, that you're not trying to, overrule everyone and control everything. But yeah, I see myself where I want to control. Yeah, I see where I go into anger and you got to do what I'm saying in some small way. They're the caricature of it. But yeah, I see in you what I see in me. So you're clearing what is in your system. You're not clearing them. You're clearing what arises in your system so that you are more present to what's in your system.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Heavy.
Yeah, even when it's heavy, because that's when we want to check out. No, this is too heavy. Let me self-medicate. Oh, this is too heavy. Let me just go read another book so I can figure out how to feel better. Right? Whoa, this is really heavy. I'm going to stay right here, even just for 10 breaths. That's where the transmutation happens.
Okay. What are we going to do today?
I'm just going to sit and breathe. Nothing. Okay, so let me feel into. Okay, we're going to cultivate more compassion for the powerlessness, because this was really big in your system for a long time. And as soon as you got on today, I could feel it in your system. You're not residing from that vantage point anymore. You're really not. Doesn't mean there's not little flickers of it floating around in the system, but you're not anchored into it as your foundation. And when we started, yeah, so there's so much more strength and so much more light coming through you. So this is going to immediately, you're seeing that change what's manifesting. And of course, in your body, it's changing, it's strengthening your body. But let's move into deeper compassion to choose to welcome the powerlessness from this higher vantage point.
Okay, right.
This is big. Okay. Anything else we haven't mentioned or touched on that's important? Okay, a little bit with your kids. You're also just exactly really the same thing, completing where you used to experience your kids from separation. And so it wasn't as deep a connection of love and power. So this is gonna be a gift to you to show little remnants in the system that we're still functioning in separation. That's powerlessness, same thing. Okay, anything else? Yeah, okay. And then less little pieces of just loving your body unconditionally, loving the physicality unconditionally, loving yourself unconditionally, which will continue to strengthen your body. Okay. Anything else that you are aware of? Good. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so close your eyes, feel your body. Witness what's here. Breathe what's here. Okay. Okay, now I'll guide you through. You can just say it out loud. What if, okay, there's just a little fear. Okay, just breathe. Drop in. Okay, just say, sometimes there's still a little fear.
Sometimes there's just a little fear.
To dropping in fully.
Dropping in fully.
Like, I don't want to go back there.
Like, I don't want to go back there.
Into the powerlessness.
Into the powerlessness.
Okay. What if instead of making the powerlessness a thing?
What if instead of making the powerlessness a thing?
That's going to grab me.
That's going to grab me.
I just remember.
I just remember.
It's just an energy that lived in me.
Just an energy that lived in me.
And I can welcome it with love.
I can welcome it with love.
And make space for the one who feels powerless.
Make space for the one
who feels powerless.
Who feels powerless. Yes.
And so she fears.
So she fears.
Yeah, so this is the one that feels powerless, so she's afraid. So say, what if I just welcome that one?
What if I just welcome that one?
In total love.
Total love.
With open arms.
With open arms.
And willingness.
And willingness.
Okay, so when we're willing to welcome that powerlessness, the one who's in fear, with open arms, we're willing to be more of what we are. We're willing to be light. We're willing to be love. We're willing to expand. We're willing to be more of the true essence of what we are. So it doesn't need to be a scary thing. In duality, if I'm going to give more, then I'm going to lose more. I'm going to get more exhausted. But in truth, when I expand more, I become more. When I'm willing to be more, I become more. When I'm willing to hold more space for powerlessness and more space for fear, I become more. Say, ultimately, this guides me.
Ultimately, this guides me
into becoming more of what I am.
Into becoming more what I am.
I don't need to push it.
I don't need to push it.
Or rush to get there.
Or rush to get there.
Because you already are that. You already are greatness. You already are whole. So there's no rush. So say, but I can be willing to drop in deeper.
I can be willing to drop in deeper.
To witness what's here.
Witness what's here.
And I want you to feel the powerlessness. It's not the foundation you're standing on, but it's still little remnants of it in your system, and they'll be triggered by the experiences. So when the big scary monsters say, you can't leave your house, we're going to control your lives, we're not going to let you do anything unless you do what we say. So just say, I can respond to my fear.
I can respond to my fear.
In a new way.
In a new way.
With love and compassion.
With love and compassion.
There is one in me.
There's one in me.
Who is so scared.
Who's so scared.
And when she hears those things.
When she hears those things.
She's scared.
Scared.
She believes it. Okay.
Believes it.
She believes her power is outside herself.
She believes her power is outside herself.
She believes they really do have power over her life.
She believes that they really do have power all over her life.
She doesn't know.
She doesn't know.
Beyond what she already understands.
Beyond what she really understands.
Yeah, what she already understands. Like she learned this. She learned the outer authority is the real power. And she learned this. So of course, like there's no wrongness here. She's beautiful. She learned this. And so of course she's scared. She thinks this is true. So just say there's a higher part of me.
There is a higher part of me
that knows something new,
that knows something new,
that understands I have real power here.
that understands that I have real power here.
And when I cultivate love and presence,
And when I cultivate love and presence,
it amplifies my power.
amplifies my power.
My body is stronger.
My body is stronger.
It activates healing.
It activates healing.
And even my life changes.
And even my what?
My life.
And even my life changes.
Yeah. So now just witness, like with the kids, there's more ease, there's more power, there's more presence, there's more fluidity. There's, instead of the drama happening, there's like, oh, we got this. And you move through things. Okay, hold on a second. The body, wow, there's fluidity in the body. Things are working out. Say, I can let things work out for me.
I can let things work out for me.
And life will respond.
And life will respond.
Life responds to my frequency.
Life responds to my frequency.
Okay, take a deep breath. So it's okay. There's this one in fear.
So it's okay. There is this one in fear.
Who thinks that is the reality.
Thinks that this is the reality.
And doesn't understand.
Doesn't understand.
Yeah, she's not going to understand, right? Because it's so real. And to her, it is real. So we don't take away the reality. We just enter a higher truth. So say, what if I love the one in fear?
I love the one in fear.
And I welcome this.
And I welcome this.
Instead of trying to overcome it.
Instead of trying to overcome it.
Okay, so even if all that does is I feel a little bit lighter, that's enough. Now the old mind is going to be like, that doesn't matter. We still have you. Just say it's okay. There's this idea of powerlessness.
It's okay that there is this idea of powerlessness.
And everything that goes along with it.
And everything that goes along with it.
And the government and the teachers.
And the government and the teachers.
Will trigger. Where I still buy into that reality.
Where I still buy into that reality.
Good. I can just have compassion.
I can just have compassion.
For this part of myself.
This part of myself.
Who is suffering.
Is suffering. Okay,
so breathe into the compassion. Tell her, I love you. I love you. I love you. It's okay. You feel this way. So because it's right. You should feel this way. You learned X, Y, Z. So that's your natural system is going to respond to what you believe. It's beautiful. It's natural. It's beautiful. And say, and you can say this one out loud, and we can move into something higher.
And we can move into something higher.
Whenever you're ready.
Whenever you're ready.
Tell her there is no rush.
There is no rush.
Yeah, because what you got when you were young, it was like, there's not space for your feelings. There's not time for you to feel this. Like, come on, get yourself together. So she really will be nurtured by telling her, like, there's no rush. You take as long as you need. You be as upset. And, if the little kid is having a bad dream, you can't just go, it's okay. It's just a bad dream, and tell them to feel better. You have to tell them, oh, I'm so sorry. This was real for you. I love you. You have to nurture them. So you tell her, take as long as you need.
Take as long as you need.
There is enough love here for you.
There is enough love here for you.
Okay, now just come into your own body and your own system. Say, what if I cultivate enough presence?
What if I cultivate enough presence?
To be with all of this powerlessness.
Be with all of that powerlessness.
As deep as it goes.
As deep as it goes.
As real as it seems.
As real as it seems.
without urgency.
Without urgency.
Yeah, so now I can sit with it. Doesn't mean that's all that's there for you, right? Just means like, all right, I'll sit with this as long as it's here. Yes, say this is the power of presence.
This is the power of presence.
That is the real me.
That is the real me.
Yeah, so it's like the energy, the essence of patience. I have all day. I love you. We're here. There's nowhere to go. It's okay. You're okay. I love you as you are. You don't need to change. Take as long as you need. You can hold this as long as you need. And I am here. So say, the one who is here is the presence of love.
It's the presence of love.
That is beyond this fear and powerlessness.
Beyond this fear and powerlessness.
And all those games and rules and beliefs.
And all those games, those rules and beliefs.
Okay, good. Breathe, breathe, breathe. This is so big. This is so big, beautiful one. This is so big.
It's hard to breathe. It's so close. It's so tight here.
Okay, good. So breathe right into that space. And all you're going to do is breathe into that space that feels tight. This is the energy that's moving out. So breathe right into that space and relax the shoulders. And just within yourself, let your body know, I'm willing to be here with you. I'm willing to feel this. I'm willing to feel where you feel strangled, where you feel suppressed. So say out loud, I'm willing to be in this suppression.
I am willing to be in this suppression.
And feel this.
And feel this.
And be with the one in me. Yes, yes. More breath, more breath, more breath, more breath. Beautiful. Beautiful. It's real. Breathe. Give it a sound. Give it more breath. Let her be heard. Give it more sound. Tell her you don't have to hold this anymore.
Don't have to hold this anymore.
You don't have to clamp down.
You don't have to clamp down.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Breathe big, breathe big. It's real. It's real for her. This is real. I'm so sorry. I love you. I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. I love you.
Good. Breathe right into it. Give it a sound. Say it's okay for you to feel this.
It's okay for you to feel this.
It's okay for you to show me.
It's okay for you to show me.
It's okay for you to let me see
It's okay for you to let me see
what you're actually experiencing.
what you are actually experiencing.
Okay, so breathe right into that area. There's nothing that's too big. You let it all be seen. Doesn't matter how intense, how severe, big.
There's nothing too big, nothing is too severe.
Tell her, show me everything you have.
Show me everything you have.
Good. Okay, good. Yeah, there was a lot locked up in your system. She couldn't let anyone see what's really going on in there. It wasn't safe. It wasn't going to be accepted. I mean, it was really not going to go over well. So this is the time to make space for all those parts of the self that haven't been heard. It was strangulating for that one. I mean, this is really, yeah. Okay, so yeah, take some water, take a minute.
Okay.
Say the time has come.
Time has come
For us to live beyond that.
for us to live beyond that.
We don't need to suppress.
Don't need to suppress.
We are free.
We are free.
In our world,
We
can express the truth.
We can express the truth.
Yeah, so even if it's only to yourself, you make space for you to express. You make space for yourself to express. I accept myself fully. I love myself fully. I cherish myself. I celebrate myself. I am unwilling to make myself wrong under any circumstances, no matter what it sounds like. Okay, doesn't mean we just go and thrash all over the world and vomit all over everything. It means we make space for the truth. What is my truth? So you make space for yourself, you accept yourself, and then the expression comes out in a very beautiful way. Okay, breathe. Say, I will be a new parent to myself.
I will be a new parent to myself.
Who loves this one unconditionally.
Who loves this one unconditionally.
Encourages myself unconditionally.
And encourage myself unconditionally.
And make space for this expression.
And make space for this expression.
No matter what may come through.
No matter what may come through.
Okay, take a few deep breaths. Okay, as I integrate wholeness.
As I integrate wholeness.
And a deeper connection with myself.
And a deeper connection with myself.
I automatically am more connected with my kids.
I automatically connect more with my kids.
And feel them more fully.
And feel them more fully.
From a deeper level.
From a deeper level.
And have more compassion.
And have more compassion.
For our experience.
For our experience.
Your experience with your kids not going to be just their experience. It's like also what this brings up in me. It's our experience. Can be a challenging thing to have that intense of a relationship, that intense of a connection. And so it's going to bring up a lot for me and for them, and have compassion for myself and what I'm experiencing. So I automatically have more compassion for them and what they're expressing and what they're experiencing. So there's more wholeness. There's more of relating from connection instead of separation. So just feel the compassion for yourself, because it's really challenging to be in separation and relate to our kid who was so integral a part of us. And then it's like, now they're out there external and running around in the world. And it's like the worst fear to imagine something happening versus having even a little awareness of the oneness. We are always connected unconditionally. It's not about the body. We are always connected. I can feel you here now and relate to you from this space of oneness, because I'm more connected in myself. I can feel you. I can connect with you. I can feel and share love with you that goes beyond the physical body. So just feel that for a moment. This makes it so much easier to be in a physical experience where it seems like separation and not live in fear. So tell them like they're right in front of you. Tell them, I love you so much.
I love you so much.
I will remember to stay connected with myself.
I will remember to stay connected with myself.
So you feel my love.
So you feel my love.
I will remember to stay more connected with myself.
So you?
I will remember to
I
stay
will remember to stay connected
with myself.
myself.
So I feel my wholeness.
I feel my wholeness.
And I parent more from wholeness.
And I parent more from wholeness.
And you get to receive that from me.
And you get to receive that from me.
I forgive any ways.
I forgive any ways.
When I parented from fear.
When I parented from fear.
And separation.
And separation.
Yeah, we forgive it because there's really no wrongness. There's no wrongness here. It's all compassion. Of course, that's how I would have parented. I was so scared because I was in separation. I didn't know. Okay, so I forgive the old way. So that I'm free to enter something new.
I forgive the old way and enter something new.
Okay, so feel them in front of you. For me and for you.
For me and for you.
Okay, now I want you to feel how they show up in your life to sort of like remind you of this. Like if you're in separation, you're going to feel it there first. You're going to feel the pain and the fear. Oh my gosh, my kid's having struggle. I have to save them. Or you'll feel, oh, I'm so angry with my kid. Why are they doing this to me? Like that's a litmus test. It's like a barometer to show you the degree to which you're residing in separation versus wholeness. So say, I will look to you.
I will look through you.
For awareness.
For awareness.
Of where I'm in separation.
Where I am in separation.
As a reminder to come back into wholeness.
As a reminder to come back to wholeness.
Because my commitment is to live in wholeness.
Because my commitment is to live in wholeness.
Yeah, and when you commit to come back to wholeness, it's not just that your relationship with your kids is resolved. It's everything is resolved. Everything. So kids can be the greatest gift to us to awaken in our lives, to awaken of like, oh, wait a minute. I don't want to do it like that. Let me choose this. But it's for the purpose of your body and your career and your wealth and your relationships and everything. So let them know, thank you for serving this purpose in my life.
Thank you for serving this purpose of my life.
To show me how to awaken.
Show me how to awaken.
Okay. And then the next part is your body. So feel your body, say, and you want to recognize first, like where there wasn't a lot of love for the body, like you weren't really watering the plant of the body. No wrongness. You were taught to do this. You were taught to whip the body into shape and beat it down and ignore it and neglect and like all kinds of things. So say, I forgive this abuse.
I forgive this abuse.
And my past behavior.
My past behavior.
Right, because it was just learned. It was unconscious. There's no wrongness. And choose a new way of relating to my body. And to choose a new way
to be relating to my body. Relate to my body.
Yeah, it's okay to be physical.
It's okay to be physical.
It's okay to be in this dimension.
Okay to be in this dimension.
That seems limited.
That seems limited.
Okay, breathe in and out and just feel that first. It's okay to have an experience that seems limited. I'm in this body. I can't control this. I don't know what's happening. It's okay. It's okay to be in this experience. So just breathe that in and breathe that out. Even if it's just a little more okay, I'm a little more willing. Breathe fully. More breath will always create more life and more ease. Okay to be in this. Okay, so everywhere it's not okay to be in this experience. You just bring this up. I'll ask it and you just feel it. Everywhere it's not okay to be in this experience, either in yourself or just for the collective where it's like, I'm in jail, I'm in a body, it's limited. Oh my, let me get out of here. I'm an infinite being. How do I get out? I got to try to get out. Everywhere it's not okay to be in this experience. Realms of religion where it's like, you should scorn the flesh is bad, don't be in the physical, like all these belief systems where it's wrong, just the way that got interpreted. Society where now we're locked in and the government's going to oppress us and I'm not free. Good. Say everywhere I don't feel free.
Everywhere I don't feel free.
Or it's not okay to be in the body.
Or it's not okay to be in the body.
I welcome everything that is.
I welcome everything that is.
Okay, good. So then feel into that again. Everywhere it's not okay to be in the body. It's not safe to be in the body. It's like jail to be in the body. It's oppressive. That's what it is. Say everywhere it's oppressive.
Everywhere it's oppressive.
I choose to welcome this energy.
I choose to welcome this energy.
And let it transmute back to peace.
And let it transmute back to peace.
I'm going to breathe into that energy, known and unknown, where it's not okay to be in a body. It's not okay to love, feed, and nurture the body. It's a jail cell to be in the body. I welcome all of what this is. Breathe in and breathe out. Say, I welcome this because I choose to welcome this.
I welcome this because I choose to welcome this.
Because my nature is expansion.
Because my nature is expansion.
And love.
Love.
Good. So welcome all of it. And then just exhale and let everything release. What's true is strengthened. What is not true falls away automatically just by my breathing. Say, I'm here to serve a bigger purpose.
I'm here to serve a bigger purpose.
To transmute these energies.
To transmute these energies. For
myself and all of humanity.
For myself and all the humanity.
Because I am the light.
I am the light.
And I'm willing to show up and be the light.
I am willing to show up and be the light.
Whatever that looks like.
Whatever that looks like.
And to get better and better at this.
Get better and better at this. So
this journey is smooth and fluid.
So this journey is smooth and fluid.
And joyful and expansive.
And joyful and expansive.
And it's beautiful. Yeah.
And it's beautiful.
It is beautiful to be in the body.
And it's beautiful to be in my body.
So I will move more toward that experience.
I will move more to that experience.
And welcome what comes up on the journey.
Welcome to what comes up on the journey.
Just breathe. You're really doing amazing with this. A lot is moving very quickly.
It's so good now.
You're remembering who you are, which is such a relief in the system, because to be that sensitive and to be that powerful, but then have it all compressed is quite a, it's not a pleasant experience.
No, it isn't.
A lot of people are awakening, who are here to be light workers, who are here to be a big part of this awakening. And realizing that, oh my gosh, how much I've suffered for not having known that, and then try to fit into this reality of what I'm told I'm supposed to be, and been such a misfit for that. So for your practice, it'll be helpful to cultivate compassion It's first and foremost for the self, but it's also for the tribe of others who are in that same boat. You're not alone. Like, you can communicate it to them, but it's for you. You're not alone. I feel your pain. I felt it as my own. We are here to do something great. We are awakening. We are together. We are connected. This is real. This is happening. This is who we are. It's okay to be who we are. So that's like the next level of nurturing the self. It's a bigger, you'll have more energy for that, and it will nurture the self. And there's a lot of people that are ready to receive this message. And hadn't you thought about doing healing work with others and stuff like EFT you talked about before? You were inspired about that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I'm doing now, so I do a neurological massage, and then always something like EFT or something else that I've learned, I let it flow in. So
yeah. So this will strengthen that practice massively. So if you connect with this collective, and it's not in hierarchy where we see them as like, these are the people I'm here to help. No, it's like, these are my brothers and sisters who are in the same boat as me. And I've got an insight that will serve all of us. So you'll relate to this collective from more equality, from presence, not from hierarchy, superiority. Like, obviously, you know that. But when you begin to connect with them this way, oh, wow, you guys, I have this insight. Wow, I'm really seeing this. Here's the truth. We are here. This is our time. This is real. It's not just an idea. We're not meant to fit into that. There is no wrongness. We are here to be the light in this space of pretty intense darkness. Let's cultivate love for ourselves. Let's cultivate compassion for ourselves. And you do it and you start it, they will receive it. And you'll also receive from them, like energetically in this exchange, you'll receive from them, oh, thank you. And then maybe they have some insight as well that fits the collective. This will then, and this is very, very common, create and manifest that you either go and share this work in the world, or like meet people who resonate and you become friends, or like you have more of a real experience of this me, this is who I am, and this community. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's why it's a powerful place for manifestation, to go to, well, connecting with the inner self, and then beginning to see the collective that you're really a part of, and relate to them and play in that. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. So I'm wondering what's happening.
Yeah, because they've been feeling lost as well. You're not alone. Okay, what else? Feels pretty good.
Sometimes I just feel so tired about all this. Tired. I just have enough.
Yes. Yeah, so love the one who's tired, because that's the one living from the old conclusion that, of the time and space of the separation. Oh my God, this is taking forever. Oh, this is not fun. I'm oppressed. Love the one who's tired, because the only reason she feels that is because she's still functioning in that old dimension. Bring her into this new dimension. Oh, I'm with my people. I'm connected. I know who I am. There's purpose. There's love. There's sharing. I'm resourced. Go and get in that space with these other beings who are in your collective, and feel, because there's a lot of purpose there. Oh, we know who we are. Okay, great. We're becoming stronger. We're having more awareness of this insight and this truth. it will feed you and nurture you. I mean, there's a lot of aliveness in that, but the part of you that still thinks you got to function in the old reality, it'll be exhausting.
Yeah.
So practice this and welcome her to be there. Not, oh, don't be tired. Come over here. No, it's I welcome the one who's tired, because for her, it's real. I welcome where this is too much.
And sorry, I didn't get the last things.
Okay. So the more you move into that space, it'll be a really nurturing space that strengthens that part of you. So welcome that one and invite her into the wholeness. Invite these parts of you to remember. They'll remember when you love them. We welcome them. I love you. I love you. It's okay. You feel this. So you're not trying to change those pieces. Mm-hmm. Come on, feel better. You just, thank you for showing me what you feel. I see you here. I see you struggling. I love you. And those parts of you will also remember.
Good. Thank you.
You know, you can see the difference between people who do work like this, who want to go out and help people, want to go out. No, you just gotta understand this. And it's like Kyle Cease will say, you know, when you're on the new planet, you get it. You're there. You invite the other people to come and you're in your wholeness. But if you're like, come on, you're trying to convince them, come to the new planet. Come on, it's so great. That's because you're in the old planet. He's like, the only place where you feel like you need to convince somebody is when you're in the old planet. So you don't need to convince outer or people. You don't need to convince yourself. Just welcome, be in the residing of the part that knows, and welcome and love these other pieces of you.
Yeah.
This recording would be really useful to share. There's a lot of times you've had these that are so like at the core level of the collective, like what's shifting in the core of the collective is powerlessness and separation. And the way you're transmuting it in your system is really universal, something that a lot of people could receive. Could you mind if we share the audio from this?
No, do it, please.
Is there something, since we're going to do this, that you would share from your perspective of this journey with that group of the collective who will hear this?
I don't know. I don't know.
The first thing that comes up is to really honor how challenging it has been. Like one thing you've done really beautifully is you were willing to really honor the pain, not just try to get out of it. Because until you have that compassion for that part of yourself, who's in struggle, who's in pain, who really has been, no, this is real. Until we have that compassion, nothing's happening anywhere. We're not going anywhere. We've got to really honor, like, well, this has been so real for you. This has been so hard. I love you. Thank you.
It's still challenging. I mean, every day is challenging. I always have to take it back and say, wow, and breathe and no, I don't want to be in the old pattern. I want to be in the new pattern. So it's still. It's getting easier from day to day, but it's still there. So
yeah. Well, and you'll see the beauty in yourself. The one who's willing to have compassion is beautiful. It's easier to just throw it under the rug and ignore it and pretend we're okay and try to get over it. But the level of power that you've cultivated really only comes from like going into the depth.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the funny thing is I started with EFT about 12 or 13 years ago. And when I got a diagnosis after that, I went to this lady and told her I want to work on this diagnose with her. And she said, wow, but you have to take the medicaments because this can help you to have it a little bit easier. But without medication, there's no chance. So I think that's the moment when I lost the belief that EFT really works.
Because she said so.
Because she said so, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because, you know, there's some truth in what she's saying. Like, don't make the one thing necessarily try to make it be everything. Maybe there's also other things to do. And it's not because like how she was sharing it, like, well, no, this can't happen. You have to have this. That's not true at all. And it is wise to stay open to like, okay, I'll do this and maybe look at what else, everything that's going to serve me. You don't have to close down, but it really is not true that it has to be a certain way or that it can't happen this way. And I think that was just, that experience was to show you where you're putting your energy in the outer, more in the outer than in the inner, because your inner knowing had the awareness, like there are lots of possibilities for me. But when you had the pattern of putting your energy in the outer, then what she says goes. If she says, no, this can't happen, then you're going to feel bad because you vested in the outer. But really the experience was there just to show you where you're doing that so that you can make a new choice. Take your power back. Which is really what you've done. And I think that compassion for the system is so important, because otherwise you'd be frustrated with yourself that you didn't do it sooner, or why did I do it so long, or why did I give my power away? That's not going to serve you.
But how was it for you? You also had many physical symptoms. And was it like just one day it was clack, everything was away?
Yes, it kind of was. I studied this for years and years and years and years. And then when I went through that experience of illness is when I saw where I was putting the power outside of myself and searching for an answer, where I was avoiding wholeness and trying to escape, right? Where I was feeling powerless and like clinging for answers. So I had some pieces to clean up in my wholeness, in my journey. So I understood wholeness. I had committed, like, this is what I know is true. But then I had to actually take a journey to integrate that, had to actually choose it in the place of fear, in the place where I'm powerless, in the place where, you know, my health was, you know, like gone. I had to choose it. So it's like life can give you the learning, but then you have to take the journey. And that's what I did. I spent, you know, over a year searching, help me, you don't understand. And then, you know, nobody had the answers, of course. But then when I had enough, like I realized there really is nothing out there, because I finally got the answers. And it was like, oh, you have this and you have this and you have this. So here's what you have to do. I needed to get what I needed to get. Like I was going to stay on that path until I got the clarity I needed. And so then I got the clarity that no, there really isn't, it's not out there. It really is the power in you. Will you meet your fear? Will you meet your pain? Will you drop into your experience instead of trying to avoid it? So that's when I really applied everything I learned. And that's when it transmuted, like in days. I mean, it really was immediate that I felt the lightness and my body was better. But then I had to like practice that adamantly all day, every day. And it was days before it integrated enough that I didn't have to constantly be, you know, connecting that. So it was like a week, 10 days, you know, where I had to keep revisiting. I am the power. I am the power I'm seeking. And like, remember to let that go. And then after enough of that practice, it just was an automatic integration.
Thank you for sharing.
Well, you're amazing. I love you. Thank you so much.